Alright, we got another video. This one is called How to Replace an Interstate Bridge in 48 Hours.
It's midnight on a Friday in Salt Lake City. While everyone sleeps soundly, contractor Ralph L. Wadsworth is performing a magic trick, making a 5.3 million pound bridge disappear. And this isn't only a vanishing act. A new one will take its place, with no one the wiser. Typically, this is a 6-month ordeal with plenty of disruption. But since over 100,000 commuters use these roads daily, RLW has only 48 hours. And the clock is already ticking.
See, why couldn't there be crews like this all over America? Potholes will be fixed, maybe timely. Bridges, especially in Texas, they need these contractors in Texas because the contractors here take forever and ever, going on years now.
The Salt Lake Valley, running along Utah's Wasatch Front, is one of the fastest growing regions in America. With over 1 million people and 1/3 of Utah's entire population buzzing about here, you bet the roads are only getting busier. So when the Utah Department of Transportation, or UDOT, needed to replace 2 aging bridges on the I-80 and I-215 corridor as part of a $146 million expansion, the problem wasn't engineering. It was the life and economic disruption shutting the place down could cause. Let's highlight the team making it happen, Ralph L. Wadsworth Construction. Founded in 1975, RLW is no stranger to complex projects such as airports, data centers, and of course, bridges. Traditional bridge replacement involves frequent closures, traffic rerouting, and extensive work around live traffic. Contractors demolish the existing bridge, then build the new one in place, piece by piece. Foundations, abutments, caps, columns, and then the deck. The process takes months, disrupting the flow of commuters and putting workers in potentially hazardous situations. Fortunately, the team here had a trick up their sleeve called Accelerated Bridge Construction, or ABC. Buckle up and grab your crayons. Instead of months of closures and work around live traffic, crews built the new bridge off to the side of the old one out of the way. Once completed, they could demolish the old bridge and slide the new one into place. That's right, I said slide. RLW has done this over 20 times, so it's a trick they know well. But this one was different. At 5.3 million pounds, it was the heaviest yet. Despite the months of planning and calculations, you don't really know if it will all go to plan until you engage the jacks for the first time. During the party, I was working hard elsewhere. But fortunately, some of our team at the time spent 2 days capturing the project, from demolition to cleanup to slide. Sliding this 5.3 million pound bridge took only 6.5 hours, which is less than watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. By Monday morning, commuters think it's likely a magic trick. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get to Chell on site.
All right, we're out here, 9:30. They just got the traffic shut down on I-80. They just moved in their excavators here. They're pulling some barrier. They're getting ready to drop the deck. They're going to have a bunch of excavators up top. They're moving in their first excavator over here with a hammer, getting ready to start the demo process.
Four of them hitting the damn bridge.
They got 4 cat excavators out there right now on the deck. They're working on dropping the deck between each of the girders, and then they'll get everything processed on the ground. At some point, they're going to drop the girders as well. Once they get everything dropped down, they're going to process everything, load it in.
Pulverize everything to separate the concrete from the steel for loading into trucks and recycling off-site.
Some dump trucks and send it off-site.
Dump trucks need to be covered like with a net. These dump truck right here. I thought they need to be like covered with like a net over them.
Send it off-site. So they're telling us that the demo process is going faster than planned right now because the concrete is so rotten on the deck. You can see now that they've dropped some of the girders down. There's excavators down here, and they're starting to process all the concrete.
And that was it for night 1. The crew went to their Airbnb, rested up, and got ready for the main event.
Airbnb? So they got flued out for this job, right? Or did they contract other workers? Because he said they went to work in their Airbnb, went back to their Airbnb, so...
Slide.
So they demolished the concrete bridge deck.
Rest. And that was it for night 1. The crew went to their Airbnb, rested up, and got
I was talking about the construction crew. I was talking about the camera crew.
ready for the main event, the slide.
So they demolished the concrete bridge deck. They were able to drop the girders, and now they're finally working on the abutments and the columns. They're bringing the last few down right now. They're working on processing and cleaning it up, loading it into trucks to haul it off site. Once they get everything cleaned up and hauled off site, then they're going to be ready to slide the new bridge into place.
Sliding the bridge is actually quite simple. Crews use a custom hydraulic jacking system on both sides of the bridge for the movement. And to keep everything on track, they ran steel rods through the ends of the bridge and anchored them into the abutments. Think of these as the guides. The bridge sat on specially designed slide shoes, which rested on smooth slide pads. But even with a hydraulic system purpose-built for this bridge, physics, in the form of friction, still has a vote. 5.3 million pounds of concrete and steel doesn't willingly budge. RLW's solution? It's under your kitchen sink.
They're lubricating everything with Dawn dish soap, which is crazy.
Yep, RLW is using dish soap for lubrication. Tough on grease, easy on bridges. When everything was ready, the hydraulic jacks on both sides engaged.
They slid a 5 million. How much did they say it weigh? 5 million tons.
As the guides. The bridge sat on specially designed slide shoes, which rested on smooth slide pads. But even with a hydraulic system purpose-built for this bridge, physics, in the form of friction, still has a vote. 5.3 million pounds of concrete and
5.3 million pounds of concrete and steel, and they're using Dawn dish soap. Come on now.
They're lubricating everything with Dawn dish soap, which is crazy.
Yep, RLW is using dish soap for lubrication. Tough on grease, easy on bridges. When everything was ready, the hydraulic jacks on both sides engaged simultaneously. Each push moved the bridge forward only a few inches. Once the jacks reached their limit, crews reset the system, tightened the rods, and pushed again. This process was repeated inch by inch until the bridge reached its final position. Every inch of the 110-foot journey was tracked. Crews hand-marked a measurement scale directly onto the abutment wall, a low-tech solution keeping the high-stakes move honest. Inside a makeshift command center, the crew watched cameras mounted directly on the bridge, real-time eyes on the slide shoes, the rods, and the pads. If anything went wrong, they knew immediately. By moving slowly and evenly from both sides, the team maintained precise control of the bridge throughout. In just 6.5 hours and 8 inches at a time, the bridge slid 110 feet into place, transforming what could have been months of construction into a single weekend operation.
So it was the heaviest structure that we've ever performed a lateral slide for. So there was a lot of planning, engineering to make sure that everything, that the system was capable of getting that bridge to move. And when we came in to break it free, it ended up breaking free, and we were able to get it to move at a lower pressure than we had anticipated, which was exciting for everybody. Dish soap's a great lubricant. Another benefit to it is it's environmentally friendly, so we don't have to worry about spills, messes, anything like that. Again, it's something we've used on a number of bridge slides. We'll be under 48 hours for the closure of I-80 eastbound and westbound.
On Friday afternoon, you could have gone home across the I-80 bridge, and on Sunday night crossed again, headed to Cracker Barrel for dinner. You wouldn't have known, though, that you'd driven across a new bridge, and that's the whole point. And that, everybody, is how you replace a bridge in only 2 days. Huge thank you to the Ralph L. Wadsworth team and for UDOT for making it happen behind the scenes, having us out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what projects you want us to cover next, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay dirty.
No, that was really interesting. Now all they need to do is just contract them to come on down to San Antonio. No, contracted them to come all the way down to all of Texas. Houston, San Antonio, Austin. Like, you got construction all over. You got work for days. Tough on grease, easy on bridges. My local county took 4 years to put up a 2-lane bridge, and then they still had to close it after. They still had to close it for another year to fix it.
You're gonna love me. Now what you gonna say when it all comes crashing down? Girl, you're gonna love me. What you gonna do when all your love hits the ground? You're gonna love me. Now what you gonna say when it all comes crashing down? Girl, you're gonna